Namaste, hi, Meera here again with yet another guest over here in our Kaapi and Conversations. Oh yeah, people have been writing to me, and you all have been messaging me. Like, don't put any what to say a pre-recorded one for the Kaapi and the Conversation. So here I am gonna share the same thing. Kaapi means coffee, and it's a soulful connect. I feel whenever I say coffee as Kaapi. So much happen. In fact, whenever I'm with a cup of a coffee, I keep just thinking about, I just get lost in those words. And after some time, I come back and I just go about working. But that pause is what we all need whenever we are doing some work. And no wonder we have all these tea breakers and, all these stuff. Today, I have a wonderful guest. I wish to talk a lot about her. But sometimes I wonder, like, do I ask my guest to talk about what she has been doing? I wish to go about introducing this is the person. I'll just say today, a teenager and the kind of the work she has been doing. If in case you're watching the show on YouTube, I'm sure you're just saying her. If not, if you're listening on a podcast, I would say it is Hasini over here. Hi, Hasini. Welcome to Kaapi and Conversations.
Hi, thanks for inviting me over. It's such an honor to be here and looking forward to the interview.
It's a pleasure to have you here, and I have been following your work, the kind of the work that you've been doing for quite some time. And uh, just before I can ask you, I in fact saw this video of yours on YouTube. First step is all about the first dream, and then
Okay.
you're taking up the next step and continuously taking the steps. So help us know about what you're doing. What is that initiative that you're running?
Right. So first of all, hi everybody. I'm a teen joining from Chennai. So, I've been working towards youth empowerment for the past 2 years. So my journey or whatever, let's say the venture, as far as for now, it started out of boredom in pandemic. Now I know that all teens, everybody, even parents, grandparents, we toddlers too can relate to the same. Of course, we all were bored, confused. We were on depression at some point during the lockdown. We got to do stuff which we weren't familiar about before the pandemic. So it was the same in my case, just that I was too much of an extrovert before lockdown occurred, even though I am today as well. But then it was not too easy for me to adapt into the situation as I just have to face four walls. Um, so started out of boredom. I just wanted to do something out of interest, and it so happened that I found that my passion to interview people, interact with them, featuring young personalities' journeys. So that's how it started. The initiative which I run is called The First Step. It's a non-profit organization where we aim to inspire and empower the youth. So basically, நான் என்ன பண்றேன் அப்படின்னா, I have a team of 50 plus children. 20 to 30 people are currently active on the team. So what we do is we produce, create, post, and share inspirational content which we all can relate to, basically சொல்லணும்னா. And this is through means of writings, blogs are இருக்கட்டும். I'm a writer for the Hindu school edition. I'm a freelance writer. So adula I write articles as well. We do YouTube videos, we do shorts, we are on Instagram. I have a pretty good reach in LinkedIn, I believe. On a short span it happened, and I'm very thankful for that as well. So இந்த மாதிரி நிறைய platforms I upload content. So that's what I've been doing so far. So again, we are on a mission to empower youth. As far as for now, we've interacted with about 2 lakh plus youth in about 1.5 years. So almost 2 years by next month, which I'm glad about. So we are a happy fam of about 50 plus people. A toddler just started. We're about 1.5, I think almost 2 years old. We're going to be celebrating our second birthday soon on July 20th, which is my birthday as well.
Oh,
So, yeah,
advance birthday wishes to you,
thank
Hasini.
you so much.
That's so nice. Hasni, in fact, I was just, when I started this show talking about you, I thought, let me just talk about, give people a backdrop about what you do. But I somehow thought how nice it would be, how beautiful it would be for people, for our audience to listen to what you have been doing. The first
Mm.
step is one of the initiative, a non-profit initiative that you're running. We also know that you are the Young Nutrition Ambassador at Government of Tamil Nadu. How did
I
it happen?
Uh, well, the answer is when someone asks me, "How did you do it? How did?" I mean, sorry, can I go about that part again? I think I just
Definitely.
slipped up. It's like a pretty. How do I say this? It's like one of the most asked question because at this point I'm used to it. I used to be annoyed because every whenever I meet someone, they're like, "You're just 13. You're an entrepreneur. You represent the government of Tamil Nadu. You feel free to talk about taboo topics. How do you even do that? How do you even get the guts from? You're just 13 years old. You're too young." It just feels a little too annoying because it's just not me. I've seen 100 plus of people. I've interviewed 100 plus of children who more wiser, who achieved more than what I have as well. So I've been living in this community, and when someone asks me this, I just don't know how to answer because I myself didn't know how it all happened. It just happened. We never planned anything. We never had an agenda. We
Okay.
never did. Trust me. It was just go on the flow. Even this, I'm very honestly, I'm a very unscheduled person. I never sit on my computer, not on my diary, writing down that this was there. My only timer is my dad because I just forget stuff randomly. So he reminds me. But then government government of Tamil Nadu. So again, I'm a social influencer, a social entrepreneur myself. So we wanted to do something with social welfare, that too with the government, because I was looking if I can take this to the next level and create much more of an impact. So well, of course, hunting. When you are too I mean, when you're too hungry, you of course want to look over stuff, right? So that's how I was doing my little homeworks and research as to what I can possibly project, that this is what I can do. I have to come up with a plan because dealing with the government again, it's a huge responsibility, right?
It is.
So yeah, I was fetching for something that's probably try at least.
Okay.
That's when we approached ICDS, Integrated Child Development Services Scheme. So the scheme is basically where they provide nutrition for 0 to 6 children, adolescent girls, and their mothers.
Okay.
So and there are other aims, of course. It's a huge scheme. Um, I was so surprised that they were so sweet and they agreed in the very first glance, which I'm thankful for till today. So what I do for ICDS is we address taboo topics.
Okay.
அதாவது மென்சுரேஷனா இருக்கட்டும்,
Okay.
பீரியட்ஸ் அப்போ அவங்க என்னெல்லாம் சாப்பிடலாம்,
Mhm.
ஈவன் ஏன் முடி கொட்டினா நம்ம என்ன பண்ணலாம், வீட்ல ஹோம் ரெமெடிஸ் நிறைய யூடியூப் வீடியோஸ் இருக்கு, நான் இல்லைன்னு சொல்லல. பட் இது எப்படி இருக்கும்னா, ஐ கால் அப் ஆன் அ ப்ரொஃபஷனல், பீட் அ
Okay.
நியூட்ரிஷனிஸ்ட், ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ் பர்சன் வச்சுக்கலாமே, அவங்களோட டிராவல் டைப்ல அவங்க எப்படி பீரியட்ஸ் எல்லாம் ஹேண்டில் பண்ணுவாங்க, கேம் இருக்கும்
Wonderful.
போது எப்படி இது பண்றாங்க, அந்த மாதிரி. ஸோ we call upon professionals, so it'll more or less be a very open talk.
Hmm.
As it's a live also, we can't edit or cut something, that's the thing. So we go on live every second and fourth Saturday. And now we've partnered up with huge organizations. One, it's Hindu Tamil Sai, they are our media partners. Secondly, it's the Chennai Sahodaya schools, which is most of the CBSE schools in Chennai comes under them. So அதுக்கப்புறம் நிறைய, which I can't probably let you know by here, but
Absolutely fine. We
basically,
respect
yeah.
that.
Thanks, because we've just started. Maybe
No,
I
no,
just
no.
can't let it out
It's
right now.
absolutely fine because see, Hasini, this is not everything that we can go about sharing, and it's
Of
very
course.
important that we give that space to everyone, whomever we meet and who we totally
Yeah,
respect.
and being a social face, and I'm also a blabbermouth, so I'll have to keep
Yeah.
that under
No, I
control.
wouldn't say so.
Uh,
Let me put it across. It's so nice to see someone. I do not want to say, just like you heard it from many people. At 13, how did this happen? No, I would not say that. It's something I think we'll have to normalize. Whoever is doing
right,
it,
of
whatever
course,
stage they are
of
doing.
course.
And just
Finally happy that there's someone who can relate to my situation and understand that this is what I go through.
absolutely fine. It could be because of various reasons. For someone, if someone who's interviewing is pretty much older than you, or they didn't get the opportunity, or they didn't create an opportunity like you did. Let me put it across that way. They didn't create an opportunity like you did. They might be wondering, how did you do that? Oh my God,
Of
how did you
course.
do that? Why did you do that? What are the ways you reached out? No, I would not do that. I would definitely not answer.
No, I mean, I agree because I'm the same way. If I'm fascinated about something and I ask, when I question myself, again, I'd put that forward. I think it's just the nature of our, society which we've been living in. And
Absolutely.
yeah, right.
Absolutely. I mean, it also could be like this, Hasini, because I'm so glad that you came out and you speak about which we call it as a taboo topics about menstruation or menstrual hygiene and so many things. If I have to talk about these things, like typically we started when we were actually 20 plus or when we were 25. And we didn't wait for people, like whether we can go and talk about it. We just took our own stand. Okay, enough.
Yeah.
I think we can talk about all these things. It's pretty much open. It's because it's quite natural to talk about what we call it as a taboo topics. And might be for some children or from some teen or for some adult. So I'm talking about all the three stages, they want to talk, but they never found that opportunity, or they couldn't create that opportunity, or they didn't take what do you call it as that first step. So when they see you taking that first step, they were like, oh my God, Hasini has done it. It's so nice. Instead of normalizing it, they go about asking why, how. And I can
Right.
totally understand. All right. So I see that you have given TED Talks, Josh Talks also.
Yeah.
What are the topics that you actually spoke about, and something we can get to hear?
Well,
Yeah.
okay. So this is like yet again one question. Of course, all whatever I've done so far has been out of my own interests,
Correct.
right? It just stuff which gave me personal happiness. It wasn't for any kind of exposure or that I should be famous or I should be a nerdy student in class, which all teachers like. It was never like that. It was personally like I was too bored. I wanted to do something productive. um, More or less, I didn't want to distract myself into this world, into this society, which some other day when I pass on to 12th or even in my 10th grade is going to tell me if this is the group I will best fit in. I
Okay.
wanted to rather be more independent on choosing if what I would personally excel in, rather. Of course, I truly agree that there'll be people to guide you in life, which is very, very essential. But I didn't want people to tell me or help me in finding what I loved, right? So that's how it all basically did. And something which I am most proud about is being a TEDx speaker today, because my dad is a public speaker. He's an author as well, so he's an entrepreneur too. So it's like
Awesome.
it's my gene. Um, so his work basically deals with going to schools, doing events there. He's a life skill. He runs a leadership academy, so
Okay.
they do this counselings for students and stuff. So his work deals with students. So obviously he invites a lot of speakers over to speak with them, interact with them. So I remember being a toddler, traveling around with him, going to schools, listening to speakers. And this has been my favorite hobby. And that's how I got fascinated by public speaking. And I used to listen to most of the TED Talks.
Lovely.
If there is about 30 videos posted one day in TEDx, I used to watch at least 10 of them. So that's how much fascinated I was with TED. And it was about 3 to 4 months me into YouTubing and stuff, and I get a call. My dad's in the office. I was sitting in the room, probably watching Netflix. I guess I don't remember exactly. He tells me that I have a surprise. Maybe you'd be a little overjoyed, but please don't do something stupid here and there. So he tells me that yeah, I've never told this story to anybody. I guess you're the very first person
Oh
to
my
hear
God,
it.
honored to hear that. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So and he says you're going to do a TED talk, and I didn't realize that I was going to do a TED talk, but then I was like, oh, okay, just a talk, right? Abdindra Madri. Then he came back home. He told me that it's a TEDx talk, and I'm like, sorry, I didn't hear you properly. And I was too surprised because it's a dream come true, right? As a speaker, if you know, TED is a huge platform. It's like nowhere to somewhere which I've never thought I'd be. Once, like, because it's like a lifetime dream. அட்லீஸ்ட் ஒரு TEDx ஷோ லைவா பார்க்கணும்னு நான் ஆசைப்பட்டேன். நான் TEDxல போய் பேசுவேன்னா நான் நடிச்சதே கிடையாது. இன்னைக்கு I've done 3 TEDs. So
Three TEDs.
yeah,
Someone who
and
wanted to be in the live TEDx show or TED show, TED Talk
yeah,
as an audience, and you have given 3.
yes, I have. That's really surprising for me. And Josh again was yet and again amazing experience. I did one in English and one in Tamil.
Yes.
Joshல வந்து I've spoken about again youth empowerment, challenges பத்தி பேசியிருப்பேன்.
Okay.
And teen stuff, how
Can we
they are
begin deep?
distracted.
Because this youth empowerment, teen.
Yes.
I somehow feel that could be something that you want to talk about, or something like a favorite, or some kind of a message or an experience.
Of course. Yes. So teens, இது ரொம்ப ரீசெண்டா பரிச்சயமான ஒரு வேர்ட் தான் எனக்கு obviously. And I'm very happy that I'm a teenager finally, because I get this like spirit that yeah, I'm a
Okay,
teenager.
so then I should
can
say congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, but I'm turning 14 this year, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, double congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. So there are so many ideas which I find that teens are coming up with currently. And as I mentioned, right, back in the day, that's talking about my dad's time, yours, probably even my mom's, you
That's a nice
right,
way to put it across. I'll definitely tell my age, don't worry. At the end of the show, I'm going to tell my age too.
oh wow, we're getting some exposed stuff here. Well, yeah, coming back to the subject. Well, I figured out that it was more or less people, that's the society or your parents who probably told you that this is what is going to be best for you. But now I feel like it's rather more this is what is going to be best for you, as well as like distractions like social media, technology, the resources which we have is just abundant, which again is the biggest advantage, as well as the most the most unwanted thing ever. Because back then, as you didn't have much resources, you had to seek for it, and you knew that this is what you want and this is what you don't. But now it's just too abundant, and you just get lost in nowhere, and it's just hard to figure out if what you want or what you love in this atmosphere. And as a teen, I can relate to this. And again, I just want to put this up very straightforward. See, it isn't always necessary that you have to be an entrepreneur, be a very successful person at 13. Right? It's not that case. I've seen people who have popped out being 57 years old. I've seen people who just 7 years old who are earning millions today. So everybody takes its own time, the same way. It's just that. But one thing I'll tell you, just start off a little young, a little early, just not for the exposure, but I'm not have you seen this movie called Dawn? the recent SK's movie. So the story is basically again appa sentiment adala vida right. SK keeps asking this, that Sivakarthikeyan keeps asking na doctor aidava na engineer aidava. It's a story of a guy who figures out in what he loves in life.
Yeah.
So this is something which happens to all of us. Now,
Yeah.
what I'm trying to convey is, what if you find it out a little too early? Because on the movie, once he finds out that this is what he loves, the next thing he does is he starts seeking if one little opportunity, and he uses it very wisely. So when we know that this is our track, this is what I want to do, I am pretty sure all of us will just want to excel in it. So அது கண்டுபிடிக்கிறது மட்டும்தான் கஷ்டம். ஸோ அது கண்டுபிடிக்கிறதுக்கு தான் இங்க நிறைய டிஸ்ட்ராக்ஷன்ஸ் இருக்கு. அதுக்கு மத்தியில நம்ம கண்டுபிடிச்சிட்டோம் மட்டும்தான் இட்ஸ் இனஃப். ஸோ that's what I'm working on. We're trying to provide that little motivation which they require to pop out, because again, most talents remain to be hidden talents. அதையே நம்ம கிராக் பண்ணி விடக்கூடாது. கொஞ்சம் ஏதாவது ஒண்ணு பார்த்தா அட்மையர் ஆகி நம்மளும் இந்த மாதிரி ஆகணும்னா கண்டிப்பா அந்த மாதிரி தான் நானும் ஸ்டார்ட் ஆஃப் பண்ணேன். ஸோ வை நாட் just pass it on to more people through interviewing young personalities who achieved at a young age, doing inspirational content அப்படின்னு சொல்லி தான் ஆரம்பிச்சது. So we successful on that. And again, TED Talks are the base பண்ணி தான் பண்ணேன். One was on climate change. Okay. One was called The First Step to Conquer. The next one is for things to change, I must change first.
I'm wishing you the best. You do the next fourth one also. Soon.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I hope so too.
That's so nice. I wouldn't say coming from you or from this particular age. No, I wouldn't say that. It's an important element which many people, when I say many people, it is most of the people who miss it out. For example, you go about searching something in the internet. You want to know a meaning of that particular word. But what happens that Google is so smart that Google Baba gives us so many results, so many pages. And we get so excited we click on the meaning and then we see there is something else. We just keep going, clicking one by one. And you will realize that you might have opened around 25 to 30 tabs there already.
Right.
And for what we came, that essence is lost. And it's so beautifully you said that it's important to keep that focus on for what we actually want to do. And that's a lovely message, Hasini. Thanks for that, because distractions is the only thing which would continue happening in each and every person's life, for that matter. And you nailed it. Thanks for that.
I mean, thanks for giving me this platform to actually pass it on to more people. I'm grateful for that.
That's the least I have done. Lovely. Something else, like Hasini wants to say, Meera, na idu patti na pesanum virumburen. Like this is something I want to share as a message.
Okay.
I'm so happy, I could just tickle the neurons of your head and say, please talk, share some more details.
Well, I think I've shared too much already, but okay, something else. Maybe see now for people who started working, everything now, இப்போ முன்னாடிலாம் வர்ச்சுவல் ரியாலிட்டி, அதாவது ஆன்லைன் நியூ நார்மல்னு சொல்லிட்டு இருக்க மாதிரி, இப்போ ஆஃப்லைன் ஸ்கூல்ஸ் நியூ நார்மல் ஆயிடுச்சு. நார்மலைஸே நம்ம நியூ மாத்திட்ட மாதிரி ஒரு ஃபீலிங். Of course, I did my very first exam a couple days ago in 2 years.
Lovely. How was it?
My teachers are going to watch. Okay. Proper cheat பண்ணாம, it was too, I'm never a shy or feared kind of a person. I only feared for my TED Talks because again it is like my dream. கண்டிப்பா நம்மளுக்கு ரொம்ப ஒரு பரிச்சயம் இல்லாத இந்த ஒரு விஷயம் எப்படியாவது லைஃப்ல பண்ணிடணும் அப்படின்னா, இப்ப நம்ம விஜய் சாரை போய் பார்க்க போறோம் அப்படின்னா, லைக் தளபதி அவங்கள பார்க்க போறோம்னா கண்டிப்பா வயிற்றுல பட்டர்ஃபிளைஸ் வரும்ல. நான் இதோட அதை ரிலேட் பண்ணல. ப்ளீஸ் டோன்ட்
I'm enjoying this talk with you, Hasini. It's so nice.
Thank you.
I would say, this, it's not just with one coffee. I've been having 2-3 coffees at the same time and it's awesome. Thanks for that.
Thanks.
Yes, let's hear the butterflies.
So that's it. Yeah. அதுக்குன்னு விஜயும் TEDx ஒன்னான்னு கேட்டுறாதீங்க. I feel too bad. The thing is like, yeah, there are people like that. I'm so sorry. So it's just that it was too bad. So the new normal again, this is something which I think I should address at some point. Um,
Sure.
Feels a little weird though, but again, I'm really happy that we got to meet friends back into the atmosphere. um Ipo something which I've learned recently is to how to manage time a little more wiser. ஏன்னா இதுக்கு முன்னாடி அஃப்கோர்ஸ் நான் ஸ்கூல் ஆன்லைன்ல தான் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தேன். லேப்டாப் எப்ப வேணா ஸ்கூல் வந்து அப்படியே அது பாட்டுக்கு ஒரு மூலையில விட்டு நான் வேலை பார்க்கலாம். தட்ஸ் a different story. But now I think it's uh, yeah, I found it a little hectic when it started in March end la start ஆச்சு school. Because now Varatike 4 hours, then I have homework, tuitions,
Yes.
blah blah blah, and then night sometime I can spare, but full concentration அப்படின்ட்டு லைக் மைண்டடா ஒரு விஷயம் பண்ண முடியல. But now I think I figured it out a bit. I just figured out that time isn't something which is necessarily required to do something you love and something which gave you happiness. So
Absolutely.
yeah, this is something which I think I should tell to all of you. இப்போ வந்து அஃப்கோர்ஸ் ஆன்லைன்ல இருந்து ரொம்ப ஃப்ரீயா இருக்கிற மாதிரி ஒரு அட்மாஸ்பியர்ல இருந்து கம்ப்ளீட்டா டக்குன்னு சேஞ்ச் ஆகுது எல்லாத்துக்குமே கஷ்டம் தான். பட் இதுக்கப்புறம் தான் இனிமே லைஃப் இருக்கும் அப்படின்றத நம்ம கொஞ்சம் ரியலைஸ் பண்ணி ஆகணும். வேற வழி இல்ல, இனிமே நோட்ஸ் எழுதாம பங்க் அடிக்க முடியாது, மாட்டாம இருக்க முடியாது, மேம் கூப்பிட்டா மியூட்ல போட்டுட்டு உட்கார்ந்துட்டு இருக்க முடியாது. இதெல்லாம் நான் ரியலைஸ் பண்றேன். I'm processing it in the very first week and I'm like, வேற வழி இல்ல.
Yes.
So yeah, this is something else which I have to tell to you guys as well.
Yes,
So yeah,
definitely.
just
I'm all yours.
yeah, normalize stuff. Just accept that this is this way, and you'll get used to it because you don't have a choice.
Yeah, I think as things come our way, it's important that we accept it rather than expecting it to change, because change starts from
Of
us.
course, for things to change, I must change first.
Love those punchlines, Hasini.
Yeah, as quoted by Hasini LakshmiNarayanan. இத போட்டுக்கோங்க.
Kandipa. I think after the show ends, after I finish the recording, I definitely need to share something. We'll keep it outside our this window.
Right, yeah.
So nice connecting with you. I mean, like, I was wondering, என்ன questions கேட்கலாம் ஹாசினியா, என்னெல்லாம் கேட்கலாம்? I was just thinking. Then I was like, okay, let me just go with the flow. I'm sure she has lots to share. I'm very much sure that you have more to share. Like anything that we start, we end it only to start again. So it's lovely, nice to have you here in this Kaapi and Conversation Connect. And it's always, there's wishing you the best. And we wish you speak more on TEDx shows, TEDx talks or Josh talks, or என்னெல்லாம் டாக்ஸ்லாம் வருதோ எல்லாத்துலயுமே நீங்க மேடை ஏறி பேசணும்ன்றது எங்களோட வாழ்த்துக்கள் and எங்களோட ஆசை.
Thank you so much. It means a lot, and I hope the people who listen to this or who watched it as well had some information as something you got attracted to.
Definitely, I'm sure they would have definitely laughed like I was laughing till here, literally tearing up. So nice. And yes, most importantly, I'm glad you are talking about the taboo topics, the menstrual hygiene, menstruation, and women health. Thanks a ton. That really means a lot. And with this, I want to say thanks to all of you for listening and watching us. We'll be back with yet another show here in this Kaapi and Conversation. Thank you. Namaste.